Hi everyone, and good morning from West Virginia and Camden Park, an amusement park I have never been to before. Excited to go in and check it out. Love the old retro sign at the entrance. There's some roller coasters. I think there's a dark ride. Molly, how excited are you for West Virginia's largest amusement park here?
You know, it's the largest. Excited.
Let's go check things out. Why not start the tour here with the park's biggest ride and the aptly named Big Dipper, the classic wooden roller coaster. It's got some wonderful old school roller coaster trains on it. You're gonna see it coming around here. And we just rode in the front row. Pretty solid ride. Obviously it was built in like 1958, so it's not gonna be the fastest ride you'll ever see or the most intense with airtime, but it was running well. It's pretty smooth, and I gave it a thumbs up. Front row ride was pretty good. Unfortunately, they're not running the back two seats today. I've heard you get some good airtime in the back row. Maybe they'll open up a little bit later. And also, it's a very old school roller coaster. As you can kind of see over here, it's operated by hand brakes. So this guy just pushes those big levers to make the train stop and go. See the levers there. So yeah, definitely not something you get on the more modern of roller coasters, but it is it's very neat to see. Here you can see the classic signage for the Big Dipper. We just rode in the back row if possible, so row 7 of the 9, and on the big drop you get some really good airtime. Just got off of the park's dark ride, the aptly named Haunted House, and solid little ride. I like how it starts out like kind of like a Wild Mouse roller coaster segment outside. You see them going to go down a drop right here, and then you turn into the building, kind of like a lower budget haunted house, some classic kind of gags. I think the best part is actually the outdoor section at the beginning and the wonderful, wonderful facade it has here.
You do move pretty fast.
You do. Get some giddy up in there. See the carousel going around here. Big classic carousel building for it as well. I feel like this corner of the park has the most modern rides here at Camden Park. The Rattler, which is this big spinning pendulum style ride. And Slingshot. And there you can see Slingshot going around, a family-friendly spinning coaster built by SBF Visa. These are all over the country. They've popped up like crazy over the last 10 years or so. And while it doesn't look like much, it actually can be a pretty fun ride depending on how much you're spinning. I would guess the largest ride in the park is probably this log flume here. It's got a small drop and a big drop and goes through a big old field. All right, let's see the splash level here on the big drop. There's some splash. There's definitely some splash there. And now by comparison, let's see the splash level coming on the little drop. All right, here we go, little drop. Still significant splash. Earlier we showed the aptly named Big Dipper. This is the wisely named Little Dipper. The park's more kid-friendly wooden roller coaster. Another classic roller coaster. Very small trains. Adults can ride. I just rode it. It was a pretty fun time. I give them credit. Their wood coasters here are in very good shape. It's very loud in here, but that is a classic antique whip ride. Not too many parks with these left. The classic scrambler is going around. Probably looks really cool at night when it's all lit up like that. And it's also powered by hand. So they don't use like the more modern controls like you would see it. Something like a Cedar Point. This one, the old school kind of controls is built with whenever it opens. Pretty cool looking old train ride. Look at that. Oh, this is super fun. I'm not sure I've seen this before. Their Rockin' Tug is themed up as like an old paddle wheeler. I love the theming piece on the back. And you knew this park had to have a tilt-a-whirl, right? There's no way they couldn't. At the far end of the park, there is a lake with swan boats you can rent for about $6. We'll say that would be a tough sell today. It is probably good 90, 95 degrees out here, and you'd be baking on that lake. Right near the entrance behind the haunted house, you got an area for kids rides. And as you might expect, very classic kids rides like little planes with guns, and I love this. Look at these little cars. That is so cool. Run on like wooden pallets. And over there you got a handcar ride, also very fun. Those are those ones you don't see in too many parks nowadays. And those are super duper fun rides. There is definitely some charm here to Camden Park. Look at the little kids whip ride. And then right behind it is a small boat ride. Another one of these classic kids rides built by the Hampton Company. You run on motorcycles, a small bus, a wacky car. And then you can see the park's flying scooter style ride. It doesn't look like it's got too much movement to it. And there's also like no breeze today whatsoever, so that would not help your flying scooters experience. It is getting going a little bit. There's more breeze in this corner. Looks like there's a farm area here at the park. You can see chickens in a chicken coop. And I believe staring at me, all the way over there, it looks like a goat.
I believe the train goes by it.
Ah. Yep, you're a goat. Or a sheep? You might be a sheep.
I think it's a sheep.
Yeah. I feel bad now. I'm guessing he saw us and he thinks he's getting food.
Yeah.
But I don't have any food. I guess I'll give you scratches. Would you be cool with scratches? Unfortunately, no sky ride for us today. Always love a sky ride in an amusement park. And then check this one out. What an adorable little kids ride here. Another one of these very retro rides where you ride in like the cart behind a little pony. Underneath the sky ride is a mini golf course. Mini golf course looks like one of the newer things here at Camden Park. More modern ride over there, the kite flyer style ride, which is ride that laying down. I will say the whole amusement park does kind of give a vibe of somewhere where Scooby and the gang would be solving mysteries. Not operating for us today is a classic paratrooper ride. Looks like it's got plants growing in the middle of it, so maybe this hasn't run in quite a bit. Here's a look at the map for Camden Park. Kind of a small park, kind of separated like the two areas for the wooden roller coasters. Like one side of the park is over here near the Big Tipper, and one area of the park is over there by the Little Dipper and the train. The park does have a small gift shop. I love that you can get some shirts with that that classic sign on it. That's pretty neat. Or you could buy a fancy cowboy hat or a $40 Yeti stuffed animal. There's also a small arcade. The coffee mugs are really neat. Molly, you got an extra $1,000 around?
No.
Okay, because if you did, you could buy us this buffalo.
Well, now I need to go find an extra $1,000.
One thing Camden Park was infamous for, at one point in time in their history, they charged the guests to use the bathrooms. Now they do not do this anymore, but you can still see the remnants.
And that'll do it for our time at Camden Park. We were there for about an hour and a half, got to the park just as it opened, so we were able to get on most of the rides without a line. As we were leaving, around 12:30, the lines did start to build up, especially for the log flume and the dark ride, so might want to hit those first on your visit if you are coming here. I give the park a thumbs up. It is kind of quirky, it's charming. You got some cool antique rides with antique controls. I think the park's a great value.
Yes.
It cost like Molly and I $23 each to get in. And you know, we've been on a long vacation hitting all sorts of theme parks. And that's a really good deal when it comes to getting admission to a theme park in 2025. Molly, do you have a favorite ride?
The Big Dipper.
Big Dipper probably for me, but I did like that whip. That whip was pretty intense.
It was really intense, and a long ride cycle.
Yes. All right, guys, you got any questions about Camden Park? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching.